Tell me something about yourself. The most obvious and arguably the most important question in any interview. Most important because if it doesn't have the potential to decide your fate, it certainly has the potential to decide the course of your interview. ये आपके इंटरव्यू की दिशा जरूर तय करता है। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ ये किसी भी इंटरव्यू का सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट सवाल है। It is the most important question also because of the fact that probably it is the only time you get all the opportunities to showcase your qualities as a distinct human being, as a different human being, as someone who is not part of the race, right? Here you do most of the talking and the interviewer has to just listen to whatever you have to say. And one more thing, kind of a disclaimer right at the outset. This is for by and large the freshers and also for the ones who are at the entry level in their career. जिनको अभी साल 2 साल का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है उन लोगों के लिए है। टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ जिनको 5 सालों का 10 सालों का एक्सपीरियंस हो जाता है उनके लिए फिर एक अलग तरीके से आंसर को देने की बात कही जाती है। कम लेट्स हैव अ लुक। नाउ दीज आर द थिंग्स you should include in your tell me something about yourself answer in a chronological manner, in a structured manner. And one more thing, when you know this question is going to be asked, why not to prepare the answer? It is always advisable that you should prepare the answer. तो आप अपने नेटिव प्लेस के बारे में बता सकते हैं। स्पेशली बहुत लोगों के साथ होता है दैट आई वॉज बॉर्न इन Begusrai, but I was brought up at different places because my father was in a transferable job, right? Your upbringing, as I said, I was brought up in a boarding school or in a different city. Education, your 10th, 12th, graduation, and along with those educational credentials, you also have to mention your scholastic achievements. If you had topped your school in class 10th, you were the subject topper in any of the subjects, that also you have to mention. And then you move on to extracurricular achievements, your achievements in dance, music, exhibition, painting, all those things you have to mention. And one more thing I would like to clear here. There are people who say that most of these things are mentioned in my CV. Well, there are several things, almost everything about your personality that is there in your CV or in your personal data form. Always remember, this is the first time that the interviewer is seeing you in person and he or she wants you to talk, right? How good a speaker or how good you are at conversation. Therefore, even if some of the things are getting repeated, you have to speak, you have to utter those things. Do not get under such kind of notions that the same thing is there in my CV. Yeah, he or she can get every information about you, but then where there is a need to call you for an interview, then you have to speak it. Extracurricular achievements, then your accomplishments, like if you were the house captain, you had volunteered in any of the activities in your college, right? And most of the things, always remember, corporate world believes in recency. If you were the house captain in class 6th or 8th, that's not going to work. Mention the achievements, mention the PORs, position of responsibility, that you held in recent past, right? During the last 3-4 years, not during last 10 years. So such kind of information is not going to work. After accomplishment, your special achievement. Always remember that unless interrupted by the interviewer, unless interrupted by the interviewer, you have to go on and on. You have to highlight everything about you. Don't be under the notion that, okay, you're being very talkative or you are being garrulous, you're talking too much. No, you have to be polite, you have to stay relevant. At the same time, you have to highlight everything about your personality. As I had said right at the outset, that tell me something about yourself is your best, it is the best opportunity for you to take the interview to your advantage. Special achievements, projects and internships that you have done, right? Talk about what you contributed, right? How you added value to the projects that you were a part of, or the internship that you did, and work experience if you have any. Then talk about in detail about your work experience, and again the value addition that you brought, any significant achievement of your work experience, right? The accolades that you got from your superiors, the certificates and all, and finally about your hobbies and interests. Always remember that about these things you have to do your homework extensively. There will be counter questions and follow-up questions. Make sure whatever you speak, you have every information about it, meaning thereby you have to be at the top of the information, at the top of the everything that you are presenting in that interview. These are the general suggestions. Be extensive and detail oriented. The interviewer will interrupt you if he thinks that you are speaking in a very lengthy manner. He will stop you. Don't worry about that. But take your time, right? Do not speak in a mechanized manner. Explanatory. Talk to him as if you're explaining these things to your colleagues or to your subordinates, right? Listen to the instructions very carefully. Yes. And this will also bring us to the variations in this question. Tell me something about yourself. Now tell me something about yourself. Introduce yourself in one line, just one line. Now the answer will be entirely different. You have to introduce yourself in just one line. Describe yourself in 3 words. So again here the answer is going to be entirely different. The answer that we have been so far talking about is in general to the question, tell me something about yourself, the question that doesn't have any caveat. And throw hints. Best opportunity for you to take the interview to your advantage. You can throw hints, especially the ones where you feel you are very confident and you have all the information, right? Prepare the script. As I said earlier also, when you know this question is going to appear in the interview, why not to prepare it? Prepare the script, right? Make it sound conversational. And how you're going to do that? By using discourse markers, sentence connectors. Therefore, meaning thereby, apart from this, now talking about my schooling, sir, moving on to the next, right, afterwards. So such kind of sentence connectors or discourse markers, if you use in this particular answer, it will make it sound conversational, right? Even if you have prepared the script, and everybody does it, right? Don't worry about that. Everybody does it. So what you have done it? You have to present it in a manner where it appears that it is spontaneous and you are making it sound conversational. Do your homework for all the follow-up and counter questions. This is very important. You have to think about everything. Say, while you are talking about yourself, please remember, in follow-up questions, counter questions, anything can be asked about your personal and professional life so far. So about the places that you have visited or that you talk about in Tell Me Something About Yourself, you can be asked, right? Questions about those places, about your school, everything, right? And this is where we are, Boring Road, Dadiji Lane. You can reach out to us. Everything is displayed here. And you can watch my other videos also, where I have talked about, questions likely to be asked in personal interview. And there are other videos as well. Thank you so much.